Can you give me a little sample of what I would hear if I was listening to you back in the 50s and 60s on the radio?
That's one of those situations there that I didn't have an outline. I just had things that would come to me.
Soul in motion, Willie K, showtime. You gotta turn on, but you better turn on to me. Come on, baby, let's do our things like together.
And one of the ones that I used to say a lot is, I can do it without you, but I do it so much better when we do it together. I use that little phrase. I throw that out there a lot. And, let's do it, and let's do it K's way. Just a whole lot of things with that. If I was on the radio today, I could come alive, and we had some music kicking back there. I could really get on with it. But, it's just something has to, the music evidently motivated me. It brought me alive.
Well, speaking of the music, what would I hear? What would I be listening to?
Back then, well, starting in the 50s, you would be hearing Marvelette, Diana Ross. Can't remember a lot of time. Marvin Gaye came along much later. And then it just evolved where I basically targeted my age group. And as I got older, I pulled the age group that was with me back then. I brought them along with stuff like Betty Wright, Irma Thomas. You had Gladys Knight and the Temptation. Even I went a little further back than that, which would be before your time. Hank Ballard and the Midnighters, the Five Royals, Laura Folsom, Charles Brown, the music, the Merry Christmas Baby. It's just awesome. I had the opportunity of meeting all of these artists, but interviewed B.B. King when I was approximately about on the telephone, about 18 years old. B.B. was doing a show that night, and I was working that Saturday afternoon, and they were coming in, and he called me, and we did an interview with him, letting folks know that he was going to be at the Club Raven, and that was an honor. I also had the privilege of meeting Mavis Staples, Shirley Caesar.
Well, I heard that Beaumont was popping. Charlton-Pollard neighborhood, Club Raven, Cheney's Auditorium, and I know that a lot of artists would come through this area, and KJET was a place for those artists to go because they wanted people to come to their shows.
Exactly.
Tell me about a typical night at one of these venues and meeting the artists and what that was like.
I just like to say, I really don't know because I met them all. Tina Turner, I had the opportunity of booking her myself along with Roy Broussard out of Port Arthur and Clifton White. It's just awesome for me to sit back and really, relate, think about it. It's just so much to come about, and you just have to accept it. I enjoyed it, and if I had to go through it again, I would. I would live the same life. I enjoyed what I did, and I appreciated what I did. And as I said, I think it helped mold me into the man that I am.
78.3, Bobby Bird, everybody, on the heavyweight side of soul, the Willie K Show in progress. The sign of success, the man want to feel it. He needs help.
This is swinging soul control.